Hi, my name is Shahiroz Walji. I'm here talking to you from Astral Connections, and sitting with me is Adele Hemphill from Resonate with Joy. And this coming Tuesday, June 28, 2011, from 7 to 9 p.m., she's going to do a vibrational sound healing and channeling session with us. And we just want to ask her a few questions about her experiences and her healing abilities, I guess.
Sure.
And see what we can learn. Joy, tell me a little bit about when you started this. What brought you into it first?
What brought me into it?
What gave you the interest? There must have been a life experience that led you down this path.
Yeah, well, my conscious awakening sort of happened at the millennium, at 2000, and I became very aware that it was time I became this voracious reader, and I was looking at all things related to metaphysical issues or consciousness research, and that led me to become an energy healer. And I started off, first of all, as a Reiki master teacher, and then also moved into doing clinical hypnotherapy and focusing on past life regression hypnosis. I studied all kinds of different modalities, the different levels of pranic healing, energy and vibrational medicine with Dr. Sharon Forrest. I've just been led step by step to find the right person and the right people to lead me on my own healing journey. And what I realized was that I was on my own healing journey in order to clear out as much as my own stuff that needed to clear in order to become this a channel for spirit and the divine. And so that has led me to what I do now, which is purely channeling the beings of light that come through. Mostly this is Arcturian energy, Syrian energy, Lyran, the Ascended Masters, and Archangelic realm come through. And what usually happens is that there is a download of what I call light language. So I'm channeling light language. It's very high crystalline energies, and the Sa energies of new creation, which my understanding is that these are the energies, very high crystalline energies that are available on the planet at this time as we're going through the ascension. And so, yes, the energies sort of come through spontaneously as very rapid words and very high frequencies of light and sound come through my voice and hands.
Can you tell me about your very first experience of this kind of channeling?
Well, it went through a progression of, for my own healing, I started doing some spontaneously just toning to balance my own energy field. And then as I was working on my core star, to balance the different 7 aspects of the core star, which was, my intention was to just do singular tones. These different words started coming through, and that was very strange, but I could feel the very high energy, the vibration of it. That led to the language spontaneously coming through to heal myself, and then eventually it just began happening for other people, just in conversation. They would come up with an issue, and the light language would come through to address whatever chakra or portion of the energy field that needed support, whether it was a clearing or an activation or a download of information. So the person was receiving what they needed based on what they were talking about in conversation.
So you mentioned core star. Can you tell our audience a little bit about what core star is?
Oh, the core star is another energy center that is dimensionally beneath the solar plexus, and it is comprised of the 7 different aspects of ourselves. And so as we balance each one of those, then that creates meld them together into the perfect harmony, and that just creates another balance for us.
I just want to ask you one other question, if I may.
Yeah.
And that is, you've done this in the past for other groups and other individuals. Can you tell me a little bit about feedback you've gotten, or share a little bit about their experience being with you?
Okay.
In a channeling session, or even in a one-on-one session?
It really varies, and what I'm finding is the feedback I'm getting from those people who are very sensitive to energy. I had one client who was in very severe pain, physical pain, to the point where she was saying, like, I don't know how I'm going to get off the couch, and she feels energy very much. This was just in a conversation over the phone, and once she started to say that, the light language just started to spontaneously come through, and she could feel the energy pouring out of her neck, her shoulders, all the way down her hands, and pouring out of her palm chakras. And as she did that, within a few minutes, the pain was gone, and she was able to move. Other people have experienced, they can feel when energy is, for example, if it's been directed at the heart chakra, they can feel the energy flowing out of the heart chakra. I had another client, we did a soul journey with sound, and he was lying on an actual table, but his experience was that he went on this amazing consciousness expansion where he said it felt like we were gone for hours. And then he came back in a very expanded state, which lasted for a long time, and he was able to do a lot more channeling of beautiful poetry, which was very fun too. I had another situation where a girl could feel that her hands got really freezing cold, and that is my understanding of that symptom is that is the clearing of very deep trauma held in cell memory. There have been times when other people, I do an Arcturian clearing, balancing, and healing event, and sometimes the beings come into the room, and one of the people present at that group was able to feel the energetic presence of Master Katumi as he was voice channeling through a message. So there are many different varieties, and some people, are not as able to tune into the energetics, and so they're not necessarily feeling specifically something draining and coming out of the chakras, but they will sense and feel relaxed, or feel a sadness leaving, that kind of thing.
Joy, I'll get you to define chakras for our audience that's unaware of that word, if you don't mind.
The chakras are the energy vortexes that, in our third dimensional bodies, we have the 7 traditional chakras, and they are energy centers that are connected into the physical body, and they are connected specifically to each one of the endocrine glands, and they serve a particular function, but they take energy in and clear energy out, and the energy is connected, of course, to the meridians in the body, which people mostly know through acupuncture that there are energy meridians. But there are also
and the acupressure.
But there are also many more chakras beyond the traditional third dimensional system, and when you move into the ascended chakra system, then there are many more above the traditional.
Would it be accurate to say there's chakras within chakras?
Well, I mean, these are the main chakras. There are, we have thousands of chakras. I mean, the liver has like 2, I think, or 3, so every part of your body has many, many, many little chakras, but these are the major ones that typically people talk about.
Tell us a little bit about the experience the audience will have when they come onto your stage.
Okay, well, everything I do is totally channeled, so I'm not sure what to expect, but in the past what has happened is that Spirit, I'll do an invocation, and Spirit will come through and with whatever is needed for the group, and that could be energy for the group as a whole, or it could be individual people receiving energy for whatever they need in that moment, or it could be a combination of both. And other than, as well as the light language, I get a sense of who the beings are that are coming through, as well as there are times when there are channeled messages, which may be in a telepathic download, or sometimes it comes through as a full voice trance channeling. And again, that may happen either as a group or individually.
Thank you for sharing that with her. Is there anything else that you want to share with the audience that's going to come up for us?
No, just take a moment and breathe into your heart, and if you feel drawn to participate, you're welcome to come.
You mentioned Master Kutumi, and so when Master Kutumi came through, were you aware it was Master Kutumi, or was it an after realization?
No, I'm aware as the beings come in. It's a combination of clairgnosis, so knowing, as well as feeling a certain energetic and a telepathic download, and sometimes a visual sense of I'm just given that this is Master Kutumi, and it's like yes, and I can feel it and sense it and know it, and sometimes see it. So that's how that works.
So would you say in your life from day to day, the energies come through fairly consistently on a daily basis, or is there like periods of nothing and then there's...
Well,
you know what I'm trying to say?
I understand what you're saying, and my answer to that is that it's available to me 24/7. They will spontaneously work on me and what I need at any given time. And that really varies. A lot of work is done overnight, and I'll find myself lying in bed, and the next thing I know, the light language is coming and my hands are moving at different places in terms of where the energy is going and what it's doing.
And is it a pleasant experience for you?
Oh, absolutely. Being lifted into that level of high crystalline vibration is wonderful. But there are other times when that's where the spiritual journey, that dedication of doing your own spiritual work, of sitting down and tuning in and actually asking, okay, what do I need, what do I need to be doing light language on for myself today? And making a list and then making sure I address that, as opposed to them just spontaneously doing a clearing or an activation.
Occurring.
Yeah, so it's partly the spontaneous working on me that happens, as well as my sitting down, tuning in and formally asking, okay, what's on the show today? What's on the agenda today?
Well, again, thank you, Joy, for answering some of our questions.
You are so welcome.
We love having you.
Thank you. Love being here.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.